Hi guys, how are you doing? Happy Friday. I hope you're either having a really good relaxed time after work or doing something interesting. So yeah, I kind of want to talk to you guys about a thought that I have. Hi, Jeremy. So yes, so you guys know that I'm very into future. I'm very into like futuristic ideas, and like last year I have been to a couple of exploring future event hosted by NYU and School of Parsons and something like that. Um, and and I want to talk about mainly today about 360 film camera. Um, so it's interesting because I have been there's two events that I have been to. One of them is like Animations of New York, and then another one is like one of the future conference in Parsons. And they have like different project that is made with 360 film camera. And obviously obviously the meaning of 360 camera is that like you capture not only the 180 degree, you also capture the back. So, and then you can like kind of encapsulate it into like a different spheres. But 360 camera is kind of like basically you can be watching the film and having like all this sort of different perspective. You can see not just the director's perspective, but also everything that's going on. And now comes to my point of so there is a saying in Chinese that like the people on stage, the performers are cycle. And then yes, panorama is still kind of like a long spheres, right? But panorama is still kind of like more 2D image, but we're talking about like movie wise. So when you see a movie, you can see like all 360 perspective. So come back to the point that like the saying that in Chinese is that the people on stage are cycle, they're performers, and the audience that are watching are a little silly, right? Kind of idiots. um, maybe this is not a good word, like somewhat relaxed minded, but it kind of makes sense, right? Like I think the performer, when they're completely focused into whatever role they're playing, like they can convince you in any kind of reality possible. But when it's an audience, as an audience, we obviously want to be taken into the story and explore all sorts of different possibility of like what kind of experience will unfold, right? So the ones on stage, the performer will have to be psycho, and then the audience will have to be kind of idiot, kind of retreat back to the idiot state. And then and one of the most no, not pronounced, one of the most renowned most prolific writers of our time, Stephen King. He mainly write fiction, but he did wrote a book on writing. Kind of was a very inspiring books about what he go through with his process and his suggestion for young writers about what to write. And so one of the thing that always like that I take away was like the very very main key factors of like his suggestion is that like write the specific. When you write, don't write anything that is less than specific. Like, okay, for example, everybody can say this is a great day. right? Everybody can say this is a great day, but what makes it great, right? Like if you talk to anyone and they say they have a great day and they didn't have a follow-up, and then it's just some empty words like, oh, okay, I guess you have a great day, but I won't remember what of a great day it is, right? So it's the same as writing. So when you write, you want to write what is so specific about your experience, or else you're just writing air, because nobody will remember. Nobody will remember, blah, 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 right? Like, and so when you write something specific, and come back to my point about 360 camera. So 360 camera, it's almost more than a human life experience if you think about it, because like our average vision, we can only see 180 degree, and I think most people don't even see 180 degree. Most people are kind of putting on a blindfold, right? Like we mostly see like whatever is in front of our eyes. We kind of have a focal point. Where is that like, oh, if I love beautiful women, then everywhere I go, I would just check out beautiful women, right? That's my focus point. And so talking about, again, going back on writing, I think that's what also Stephen King was talking about, that like you don't want to write 180 degrees, right? You want to actually write about your perspective, and your perspective will be what you focus on, right? Like if I love beautiful women, then I will be focusing on the beautiful women around me. What is the dress that they wear, what they look like, what their personality trait, and what kind of aura they kind of project. So that would be the specific. And so I think it's very interesting that I have watched two different film about like that's made with this technology, 360 camera. And I have to say, they're kind of boring. They're kind of boring. It's kind of like we as human, we have trouble even focusing on our 180 vision. Most of our time we probably focus on 90 angle, or probably 45. So like 360 camera is like, whoa, you get all these visions and perspective. And you also get like this other vision behind your head, right? So you get this whole thing. Therefore, there's no point of view. I think that's one thing that 360 camera is missing, that they don't have point of view. And then it's hard to get lost in the story, because as an audience, you want to be taken into the story. You don't actually want to, like, or let's just say that like if you watch a film and the story become kind of predictable, then you just switch it off, right? Because it doesn't keep your attention anymore. So that's my point of view. 360 camera kind of fail on giving a point of view. And if you think about it, what we all love is point of view. It's something very specific. It's something about this person, this artist, this experience, this story, something that is so specific and unpredictable and different. And that is my point of view. That is my point of view on 360 camera. Of like, I wonder if I would ever really see a film that's made by this technology that could be interesting. But so far, I think I haven't seen any story that's like interesting. And also when I wear the headset, I'm like, ooh, I have so many things to watch. Therefore, I'm like, I can't even focus on like what exactly is the director that wants me to see, right? It's like when we watch a 2D film, you usually see it directly from the director's perspective. So then the composition of the shots and like the storyline, the timeline, everything that's directed in the film has a specific purpose. But when you do a 360 camera, first of all, the audience, when the audience enter the story, they're like, whoa, it's like it's like you cannot really let your guard off, because when we can see everything, that we can almost touch it, then we still have the control. Then we don't really let off our guard. And the whole point of enjoying a show or enjoying a performance, enjoying a story, is to get lost in it, right? So, yeah, that's my thought about 360 camera. Do you know any film that's made by a 360 camera that is very captivating? If you know any of the 360 film that is very, like, that is impact with this great stories and like it's very captivating, please let me know. Yes, exactly. That is what I mean. We human, we only have 180 vision, and we don't even see 180. We only see like this mostly, right? Like, ooh, we see what we want to see. We focus on what we want to see. But when you bring 360 camera involved, it's just too overwhelming. And then you cannot lose yourself, you cannot enjoy yourself. You just ended up being in this kind of tug of wars of like want to control your what you see versus the like you know, trying to figure out what is going on exactly. It's just like getting lost in another alternative reality that you kind of have to navigate around. And that is not the point of like when we want to enjoy a story or an artwork or like, you know, an experience, I guess. So yeah, let me know. Give me any recommendation that if you have seen any great movie, short film or movie that's made by 360 camera, please let me know. Ciao, ciao. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe for me, and I will see you next time. 360.